Despite my protests, I had to take a break between episodes. Fortunately for you, well, you don't have to. But that does also mean that I am raring to go for more Gintama. And considering in the last episode we had the mastication and presumably digestion of the prince's prized pet Pace, I wonder if there'll be any repercussions for that, or if Gintama's gonna be Gintama and just move on. Only one way to find out. Of course, Gintoki. How many times have we seen him laying like this? What was that in the background just now? What are you facing today? You know, if you actually ever wake up. What an introduction to an episode where your main character can't even be bothered. So are they doing a crackdown on this street? I know that Japan has some strict gambling rules since the Second World War, I think. And yet Pachinko is quite a big deal. How dare they be singing? Bringing along the camera crew, that's the word I was looking for. I don't think they're ready to put up a fight. Ah, he backed into the camera. My dad watches quite a lot of these kind of police chase shows. Was that with the rocket again? I think you was going a bit overboard with the weaponry. Psst, really? And they caught that on camera. Ha! Nice. Fair enough. There are some people that like to keep their privacy and whatnot, isn't it? Or is he just in one of the places? So he's skirting his duty, is he? What a question. So he has some worries, does he? Do you have something to tell? Well, what would she say? Yeah, just a random customer. There is something to be worried about when someone is so quick to latch on. I don't think you I don't think she got a point across strong enough. And of course, because his mother told him so. Yeah, shut the hell up. He's, exactly. Is no one gonna throw a rock or. There we go. Throw something at him. Nice. Nice. And of course, she still holds herself with decorum and dignity. And attacked by their own men if one of them has a launcher. And then there's the guy in the back with the racket. Wait, is he a sleepwalker? It's become so routine. Yeah, spraying him down to make it look like he's been exercising for longer. Is he back in the bar? As long as he isn't stalking her. What's wrong with eggs? And what kind of stall has eggs right next to melons? And is he a hummingbird? How? How? Like, serious? How? You take them off long before that, no? Just put it back. Flippers? And you do all three at the same time, I see. It's more time efficient that way. But it appears he has enough time to slack off like this. Um, overreaction. Well, that's just gonna make the traffic jam worse. Why is he allowed that weaponry? Well, you were asleep. Is he a bit of a narcissist? Are we gonna see the camera crew behind this show at some point? You know, you can have one episode that doesn't focus on the main character. That kind of talk reminds me of Final Fantasy 12? I think it's 12 with Balfir, where he's insistent that he's the protagonist and the hero of the story. I'm probably completely wrong with the name and getting mixed up with someone else, but I know who I mean. I was wondering about Shinpachi's sister because she was brought up in the beginning first or second thing. You know, when they had to rescue her. Or was that the first episode? And then nothing since. I kind of want a massive pet like that, but at the same time, my dad's dog basically does the same thing. She's big enough as is. There was glass there! If it's for his if it's for his desserts, I'm sure Gintoki would eat through the glass. You can do it. So don't make me pay for the meal. Well, they have to have paying jobs to be paid to pay. He's quite easy. He really knows how to just come out of the woodwork, doesn't he? Stalker of justice. Try telling the courts. Yep, fair play. Easy way to get him to back down. At least, should be. Why don't they just... Well, actually, no, that's unfair of me to suggest just palm him off on someone else. If he's that quick to attach, then... I mean, technically, not wrong right now, but I find it funny when people make that claim. Like, you know the inner workings and machinations of someone else's mind. Yeah, but this is the main character we're talking about. He's either going to run away or actually excel. don't... I shouldn't have to say don't cock your umbrella. What kind of rounds does it load anyway? Is this like standard 5.56 or... Protecting his identity. I find it funny when you have to protect the identity of the criminals, but everyone else. Yeah, they are quick to head to violence, so... I think this leads to violence. Hold him back. This does not put them in a good light. Quite the crowd has gathered. Did they even... I was going to ask, did they even know what's going on? A way to make some money. Asleep. Fair enough. It is quite a good backdrop. As long as he doesn't get sun in his eyes from how they're standing and how low the sun is. I'm sure he'll be fine with just his wooden one. What a cool thing to say. Huh. But don't stalk. I mean, the wages of the duel themselves are stacked quite nicely in her favour. Okay. Lending him his own sword. Oh, you bitch! Why start a fight if you're not confident you're gonna win? And how do you make sure? You force yourself to win. By... well, cheating. Painlessly? Well, painless for him. Yeah, and after his good speech that he had beforehand. Yeah, oh, true, yes. From where it looks like he's grasping. Mm. Do you? Does he see his commander down there on the beach? Oh dear. What a moron. And you've now got that on film. They're not making their department look good now, are they? Another day, another job well done. Nice. I live for the Ginpachi sensei. When am I going to learn to not take Gintoki on face value? Stacking the odds in his favour by whittling down his sword so that it would break. He's like the more obvious version of Sora, isn't he? And if you don't know who I mean, go watch No Game No Life. And also, was him needing sugar an excuse both to have some sweets and to waste the guy's time? Wow, yeah, carving the sword. Everyone's quick to attack, aren't they? And what was that? Okay. So, who's stolen the recorder? Is it going to be Gintoki himself? Something tells me this isn't the usual way you go about sorting issues like this. Okay. Is that. But how does this help? It's not. Mm-hmm. Well, this one does. Has has Ginpachi Sensei been taking cues from Hachikushi? Why do you have two? I don't like that smile. Oh, where it's going. Why did it just whistle? I don't want to ask. Nope, 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 nope. Counselling is inbound after the last few seconds. Well, what did you think of Gintama? You know, there are big issues being dealt with, stalking being one of them. Although I don't suggest using any of the methods displayed here, apart from maybe exposing them on national TV. If you enjoyed Gintama, then let me know down below in the comment section or by leaving that good old thumbs up. I do enjoy the classroom sections of Gintama after the credits and all. It's just amusing. More so, almost more so than the actual show itself. I think because we are introduced to the characters and we know them, and then it gets thrown into this. Of course, as you know, there should be another episode coming very shortly, so if you want to make sure you don't miss it, subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, you might want to take a rest. So I can see you in the next one. And that's it once again. Thank you for watching along, and of course, a big shout out to all of my Patreons, especially Florida Sal, Raywin, Dynamet1997, and Joyce. If you want to reach their lofty heights, well, you know the links and where to use them. But until the next one, stay safe. And once again, thank you.